The classics of automobile history set out from the Oak Ridge Shopping Center at 1:30 this afternoon for their 14th annual Easter Parade. The sun came out just in time to add a touch of sparkle to the polished radiators and hubcaps. The parade is sponsored each year by the Lower Mainland's vintage car clubs. To some of the youngsters along the route, it was confirmation that people really did ride in those old horseless carriages. For some of the older spectators, the passing parade brought on a touch of nostalgia. Those who remembered the breezy rumble seat feel it might just go over big with today's younger set. Because parts are no longer available for most of the majestic motor cars, the owners have had to resort to some long hours in the home machine shop to keep the vehicles operating and, indeed, in like-new appearance. Many of the drivers added even more realism by dressing in finery to match the vintage of their vehicles. As the cars and vintage fire rigs entered Burnaby, music was added to the procession. By the time it reached the Burnaby Municipal Hall, the scene was not unlike a community picnic in the 1920s. Incidentally, there were similar Easter Sunday celebrations in cities and towns throughout BC. Many attended outdoor sunrise services in spite of heavy rain in the early hours of the day. The highways and ferries were busy as thousands of people took their first out-of-town jaunt of the year. However, back in Burnaby, the climax of the Vintage Car Parade was a ceremony to launch the municipality's Centennial Project. There were several regional dignitaries on hand, as Mayor Bob Pretty led the way to the site of the ceremony, a park near Deer Lake Avenue and Canada Way. The mayor was preparing to turn the first sod on the project, a heritage park museum complex. The sod-turning was to be a large-scale affair. Mayor Pretty climbed aboard a heavy caterpillar equipped with a front-end scoop. The magnificent size of the first sod was an indication that Burnaby intends to proceed at top speed with construction of the historic museum in the park-like setting.